I've had the privilege to get to know many families, what they do for their loved ones to salvage them from ravages of kidney disease. And of course, my focus has been on transplantation. There is no limit how a family member can come forward, how a friend can come forward, how a colleague can come forward. This is the most humanistic, altruistic action that a human being can do. Cam, it's wonderful to be with you, Lisa. Thank you for being here. We met almost a year ago at Penn, and it was a very difficult initial visit, but undoubtedly what I noted is the love that Lisa and Cam really were impressive at that stage.
So during my pregnancy, I would go for weekly ultrasounds because they had seen on the ultrasound her right kidney, which was extremely dilated. And because of her position being breached, they were unable to see her entire left side. But at 32 weeks, there was no more amniotic fluid. So they decided that they needed to take her and via C-section, which they did. And instantly, once they took her, they immediately put me out. And I didn't wake up again until I was in the recovery room, and my doctor was in there with me to explain that there were many more things wrong than right. They transported her to CHOP. We continued to see our doctors up at CHOP all the time. In the interim, she had many other surgeries, including open heart surgery. At around the age of 22, we noticed that she started swelling a lot in her feet. And at that point, we also knew she had a leaky valve in her heart. So we were unsure if it was the heart or if it was the kidney. So Penn did all the diagnostic testing, and come to find out it was the kidney and not the heart. So at that point, they did emergency catheter in her chest so they could start dialysis right away. So we did home hemodialysis for 5.5 years. And after 5.5 years, her health started to decline. So her nephrologist recommended that we come and talk to the transplant team to see if she was going to be a candidate for transplant.
When I was on dialysis, I was really sick. I was throwing up every day. I like to show dogs and compete with them. And I did that, but not as much as I did prior to dialysis or after the transplant. And it was just not a good time. I was not in the right space mentally, and I was very depressed and suicidal because of how sick I was and that I wasn't able to do anything really. And then after the transplant and Dr. Naji not giving up on me, I am definitely much better now. I'm not in that dark spot, and I'm doing great.
When the time came for transplant, we did have several people try to go through the process. They just weren't healthy enough. They were declined. I was not an ideal candidate due to many factors, weight being one of them, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. I decided that I needed to do something, and I contacted a bariatric surgeon, and he decided to do my surgery. And that is where my journey began, to get healthy so I would be able to donate to my daughter.
After transplant and Dr. Naji, things have gotten a lot better, and I'm not as bad as I was mentally than before. And I have my life to thank you for. You literally saved it.
I get to see a spectrum of individuals with kidney failure at early stages and predominantly at late stages, where the options are either dialysis or transplantation. I am a specialist in transplantation. My focus is really to provide the best care to replace the kidney function with a new kidney. My privilege is to get to know not only the patient but their family. And I equally want them to get to know who I am, what I have done, what my experience is. I think the best that I could say, my happiness, is to engender trust. They trust me and I trust them. That really is at the core of my commitment to take care of people with kidney disease. National Kidney Foundation has an essential role in educating all levels of individual physicians, social workers, lay people, those individuals who have had experience with kidney disease, to provide information, up-to-date information, furnish educational tools, generating ambassadors that they can go to the communities to solicit help, to enhance education. So this is the best way we can impact the course of a kidney disease. Either prevention or slowing down the process so that very soon we have another therapy that dramatically change our management of kidney disease. I am optimistic with new attention and target at all levels. It will lead to recruitment of outstanding physician scientists to probe and focus their talents on gaining really progress into many aspects of the kidney failure.
Dr. Naji is more than just a surgeon with extremely skilled hands. He is a confidant. He is a counselor. He is someone who listens, not only to the patient, but to the caregiver as well. And he is a friend. And to get all that wrapped up into one is not an easy task. And we are forever, ever grateful for him coming into our lives.
I would seriously not be alive today if it wasn't for you. Thank you.
You're the light of my life.
You are of mine too. Come here.
You're the best.